is the Tuesday before Jesus died. He is in Jerusalem and being confronted by temple leadership. Matthew 21:23 says, Jesus entered the temple courts, and while he was teaching, the chief priests and the elders of the people came to him. By what authority are you doing these things? They asked. And who gave you this authority? The leaders want Jesus to stop teaching. The Pharisees and the Sadducees, two groups who normally don't get along, are teaming up to try to implicate Jesus. The people love him, and they hate that. And they hate what just happened on what we now know as Palm Sunday. Their questioning gives Jesus' disciples, followers, and us the opportunity to hear some of Jesus' most extensive teaching and parables. These parables cover everything from the parable of the tenants who try to steal their master's vineyard, to the wedding banquet where everyone is invited but few are chosen, and even to the Mina parable where we get our Rwanda Mina project from. It also covers practical things like paying taxes to Caesar or signs of end times, and importantly, who Jesus is. How would you feel if it was 3 days before you die? To have such limited time left with those you love. When I read these scriptures, I get a sense of urgency from Jesus. He is sharing some of his most important teaching. If you had only 3 days left, wouldn't you want only to not be heard, but also to be understood? It is in this scripture that we hear Jesus share the greatest commandment. In Matthew 22:35-30, again, the leaders were testing Jesus. One of them, an expert in the law, tested him with this question. Teacher, which is the greatest commandment in the law? Jesus replied, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment, and the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. As we prepare our hearts to remember Jesus' crucifixion and resurrection this weekend, may we remember his greatest commandment, to love God and love others. And may we carry this out with the same sense of urgency and focus that Jesus did. Remember, Sunday is coming.